Nicole. Today I am sharing sketch 27 for the 30 Days of Sketch series, and the Scraptember prompt is a long title. So what I decided to do is film this video a little differently. I am going to film it in live time. So as I'm scrapbooking, I am going to be recording doing my voiceover, so it's not even a voiceover, it's live. So I already had the core components. I had the 2 pieces of paper I wanted to use for my halves. I had my photos printed out, the paper that I want to back my photos onto, and I already have my title and fonts picked out. And then to the side of my desk, I have a couple of ephemera things that I'm thinking about using on the layout. So first thing I want to do is put together my base page. Oftentimes when I make my scrapbook sketch inspired, from stash to sketch inspired layouts, I put together my kits by looking at a sketch and getting the core pieces of paper. So any of the big pieces of paper that need to get put onto the layout, I have like selected already, and oftentimes I have it already cut to size. I will say I do apologize for my setup if it's not perfectly bright, but I am just kind of in limbo right now in my craft space, and I don't have the perfect setup figured out quite yet. So that's one of the things I do that helps me be a bit more successful when it comes time to put together my kit. Because I am ready to go with my papers already selected and cut to size, there's less guesswork available for me. And I find, you know, when I look at like a sketch like this per se, I automatically go, okay, this is one piece of pattern paper, this is another piece of pattern paper, and I need a paper to go behind my photos, and I need journaling strips. So right there, that lets me know that I'm looking at those core pieces, and that's what I look for first. The photos are of our old dog, who he was 17 at the time. We did have to put him to sleep this past summer. But a couple months before that, we found out he really liked floating in the pool. And this is a cornhole toss game that is one that's like you play in the pool, it floats around in the pool. And we discovered that Wesley loved being where you throw the cornhole, like beanbag things. And he loved floating around, and my daughter and the girl cousins just had a lot of fun kind of pushing Wesley around in there. So yeah, you can see his little face. He's barely big enough to be visible. Whenever I am putting together a layout using a sketch, as I do it, I always think about how else could I use this sketch. And one thing that I like about this sketch is that it has room for 3 3x4 photos, so that's pretty spacious in my opinion. And anytime I see like 3x4 photos, multiple photos, I always think, oh, I can always use one of them for journaling. Now in this case, I am not doing that, but I always have that option. And so I think that that's always a great way to kind of get the most out of a sketch. So let's say instead of having this be a photo, I would flip it and put my journaling here, or I'd put my journaling on this one. So that's kind of what I mean when I'm talking about that. So first thing I want to do is I want to put my photos down. Another reason I love using sketches and why I'm very fond of this series is because I have a tendency to forget about where my title is going to go on my layouts. I have to be extremely proactive when I am putting together layouts without sketches to make sure that I am not forgetting where to put my title. So here's where the very long title is going to go. And then I have a cluster here and a cluster here, and then some journaling strips. So for the 2 clusters here, Part of me was contemplating cutting out some of these rainbows, and I also wanted to look at my Chamel, because this is one of the first layouts I'm doing in a long while that is not Chamel based, but I am trying to use these things up. So I want to use this word phrase, delightful, because Wesley seemed to be in quite a delightful mood, floating around in the pool, and it's kind of yellow, picking up on that yellow color. I think that's it for that one. This is the same chipboard sheet, but some of them I haven't used up, so I think I want to add the camera as well. I love camera motifs on my layouts, and it has this yellow, got some turquoise blue in there. And then this is another one, and I think I'm going to pull these sunglasses. And then I also have this collection from Bella Boulevard that I'm going to look through really quick and see if I have anything that I want to fussy cut out to use. I might want to fussy cut those. And I might use these, I'm not 100% sure. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to look at this Chamel sticker book and flip through and see if there's anything that I think would go kind of well with the story or the colors on this layout. And I already have a big title. Not really feeling the stars. I don't need alphas. I could try to see if, you know, I actually really like these florals. So I'm going to tear this page out because I'm going to try to use those for my clusters. And then I'm thinking about maybe using these. They're not as long as these journaling strips, but I'm thinking about using these journaling strips. So let's see if there's anything else that I want to use. One thing that I do, okay, this is basically just repeating. One thing that I do like to do, I could also use these. Okay, so those are two options. Okay, so I also know where I'm gonna get my journaling strips too, so that's great. Okay, now because I'm using my stash, I try to be a lot more decisive on the items that I am using on my layout, so I don't give myself too much time to double kind of question myself or I guess, you know, go, oh, let me do this and then change my mind. It's kind of more like, okay, the colors go, it goes with the story, and that's what I want to do. I just want to use things up. I'm getting super close to really not having much stuff left. It's going to soon be time to have a little haul coming. I have like a couple, like I have, you know, Christmas decorations. I have like Christmas themed products. I have some Halloween themed products. I have some products for specific projects that I am working on or plan to work on. But other than that, I haven't really been getting too much of anything besides the story kit from Ellie Edwards. And even with the story kit, I love the story kit, but I don't find that for me, there's enough product that comes in with it to make a bunch of 12 by 12 layouts. And I like to try to make around 5-ish layouts with the story kit theme. And so one way that I accomplish that is I use the stuff in the kit as my base, as my jumping off point. And then from there, I then look at my stash and decide what coordinates. And one thing sometimes people ask me is like, well, how do you know what you have in your stash? Like, how do you know what it coordinates? I am just always going through my stash. I'm kind of always rifling through my ephemera and my pattern papers, so I have a pretty good understanding of what I have and what I don't have. And so that's why I find it's easier, but also my stash is now manageable. I used to have a stash that was so overwhelming. I did not even like it was pretty much, I know this can sound dramatic, but it felt very stressful to me. It felt very stressful to me to like the idea of scrapbooking sometimes, because it was just like, I don't know like even what I'm gonna use. And so that's kind of why I'm also very happy. My stash is a lot more manageable and is not so overwhelming. Anywho, so I'm gonna use these flowers and these rainbows as part of my embellishment clusters, and I'm gonna put that there. You know what, this chipboard stuff's already coming off. That's one thing I gotta say, like, I really try to stay away from purchasing chipboard stickers now, especially like the 12 by 12 ones. I just feel like the adhesive doesn't always stick, and it takes me forever to use them up. I had a lot, and I've really tried to make it a focus of mine to use them up, but it's quite difficult. I'm finding I have a lot of them. Anyway, so I am mixing, I think this is Amy Tan, Paige Taylor Evans, and then Chamel, and then these rainbows, I think, or maybe this is too. I think the rainbows are Bella Boulevard, but now I'm kind of second guessing myself. Anywho, so for this one, I might add another floral there. I haven't quite made up my mind. Sometimes what I find with stickers from sticker sheets is they are not, they're a bit more flimsy, if that makes sense. They're still great. I love using them. I get such great use out of them. And sometimes I feel like they're too flimsy, or I'm not really sure where I want them to go on my layout. So oftentimes I will take a bit of scrap paper, and with my scrap paper, I will put the sticker on top of the scrap paper and then fussy cut it out. So if you happen to find yourself in that problem where you feel like it's too flimsy, or it's not letting you layer as much, or you feel like you're just not using it, like for example, I still have to post this, I have not posted all the final layouts, but I was working on a destashing my Maggie Holmes collections, and I have about, like, I think 8 videos to share with you guys on how I did that. But one of the best things I did was I went through some of my sticker booklets for Maggie Holmes, or it's like sticker sheets, and I just put a ton of them on scrap paper, and I fussy cut a ton of them out. And then I actually used them because I was able to manipulate them better. I was able to put them with page kits, and I could just see them. And you know, when you can see your products, I find it's easier to use the products up. That is just my personal opinion. So I don't know if you guys have a particular kind of tip or trick up your sleeve that you like to do to remember to use things. If I just keep things out on my desk, A, that only works when I have a spacious desk, and B, I find it ends up getting a little bit too cluttered for me. And when things are too cluttered for me, like my brain shuts down. I have a really hard time thinking when things are a bit too messy. Like even right now on my desk, I don't know what you guys can see because I don't have this like filming setup memorized very well, but there's like just some pieces of trash here, and it kind of bothers me that I haven't been able to get that off my desk and in the trash can before continuing to scrapbook. So now here's what I want to do. Because I'm so close to using these up, I really want to try and get these onto the layout. Now here you can see these are see-through, transparent, and so one thing that I do is I will, let's just say, take out this paper pad. It's a Chamel paper pad, and I'm never going to use this paper. It's like a to-do kind of organizer paper. It's just not something I'm going to use on a scrapbook. So I'm just going to flip it over. I'm going to put the sticker on it. I apologize if you hear my puppy going crazy. I'm going to put this sticker on it, and I'm going to put all the see-through stickers on here, like I was kind of telling you guys. and I am going to fussy cut these. I am going to fussy cut them off camera, and when I am done, I will resume the live videoing. I just think it'd be really boring for you guys to have to watch me fussy cut these. All right, so I am back after fussy cutting these stickers, and I'm just going to layer them up. I want to try to keep the this color a bit to the side. So I'm going to have it come down this way, and then I'm going to put one with the same color up top. And I'm going to add in one more rainbow. And one more rainbow on the bottom. I gotta say, I've had this ATG tape gun for years, but I think, like, I'm talking like 15-ish years, maybe more, but I think it might be time to say goodbye. It just seems to be getting really stuck with adhesive. I don't really know how to describe it, but if I do get another one, or if I do decide it's time for it to go, I'm just gonna get the exact same because I've had it for years, like over a decade, and I think it's great. Another thing that I love to do when I am layering flowers or kind of layering anything, I like to put my foam dimensional adhesive on everything all at once, instead of going back and forth little by little. I find it's just a little bit faster, just like I'm doing right now, putting all my adhesive onto everything right away, and then I feel like it lets me kind of do the fun stuff, so to speak, and just start putting things immediately on the layout. I'm going to add this right there. All right, so now as I am layering things, I also want to, oh, I forgot one. Look at that. That was not cool. Okay, well, I want to use them all up, so here we are. I want to put that there, and I don't find that these ones are translucent enough where you need to back them onto cardstock, but it's probably a personal preference. So I just want to get adhesive on as many things as possible, so once I start layering, I don't need to stop. One of my favorite things, though, to do in scrapbooking and embellishment clusters is to layer floral clusters. It's just something that I find very kind of therapeutic and relaxing. Kind of decide if I like this there. And yes, there we go. Put the sunglasses on top of there. Let's get some green. Let's get some green. And then I also want to get this one on the layout. And so see, I use an entire sheet from the sticker book, and I feel very accomplished about that because I'm slowly making my way through these sticker sheets. And let's put that one there. So like I put a little red one here. I want to try to get a red one up there. Here I have yellow, here I have yellow. So I think I'm going to put this here to balance it out. And so now I have used pretty much everything I intended to use as far as like stickers go from the sticker sheet on the layout besides this very last one. And so now all I need to do is I need to add my long title, which is the Scraptember prompt, which I have to say was pretty difficult for me. I am not used to adding really long titles to my layouts, partially just because I hate adding thickers, as you guys are about to see. I won't even probably show it to you guys. I don't know, we'll see. I'll decide in a second. So here I have my title, and I want it to say Snug. It's gonna take me a minute to think about this. I did this a while ago. Snug. And these like have no adhesive really on them, so I don't have to worry about it ripping off my like my pattern paper or anything. So I'm thinking about doing Snug as a pup in, so I think I'm gonna put pup up here as a pup. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to try to keep the title under here. So that is letting me know I need to move Snug over. I need to make Snug snug. So Snug as, and I'm making it a little bit like off kilter is my thinking, because I know I'm not going to get this to line up perfectly. And so if I kind of just purposely go with that, I find it looks better than if I try to keep everything perfectly straight and even. So Snug as a pup in a pool. So I think I still need to make things snugger to the side. So now I'm just gonna get a little crazy and I am going to start putting my adhesive on. Now I'm actually gonna do something a little different. I have this craft glue from scrapbook.com that I've never used before, and I just wanna try it out. So you guys are gonna get my initial reaction to what I think about this. This is one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan. Well, let's see. Maybe you won't get my reaction to using this. I don't know. Well, we might not be using this. Okay, I cannot get that glue out. Put it away. So, my ATG, or my kind of fine liner glue bottle, finally had the end of its life after like 4 or 5 years. So, I'm gonna need to use this. This is one of the reasons I just don't like using thickers. But I feel like when you're doing a long title, it's fun to mix the thickers up. So I'm gonna really make the S snug next to those Cameron flowers. And then I'm just kind of brushing the adhesive on the thickers. So Snug. So I am going to pause the recording so you guys don't have to watch me put glue on every single alpha, and then I'll be back when I add the journaling. All right, so I've adhered my title. I kind of put the in underneath the flowers. I apologize if you hear a dog barking. Somebody is at the door, but I don't need to worry about it. That's the good news. So now all I want to do is add my journaling strips and some enamel dots. And so I'm thinking for my journaling strips to maybe use to maybe use this. So that's one little word strip. And this is two. One thing I like to do is I like to kind of layer them on each other, almost as, I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog crying, kind of if I'm kind of stacking them on top of each other. That's just something I enjoy doing. So that is what I want to do for my journaling strips. And then I wanted to add some of these gold hearts around my clusters. And I also wanted to add a couple around my title. I almost treat little stickers like this sort of like enamel dots, because they're so tiny. So I'm still gonna add enamel dots, but I sort of place them as if they were enamel dots already. And then there is some silver here, and gold and silver, so I'm kind of mixing everything in right now. So I feel like I'm leaning on using up these little sequins. So we'll just add a couple. I have like a big star, silver star there, so I only want like put a little silver sequin, and then here I have the word delightful in silver, so I might try to put this like here, so this way the silver's not too close to each other. And that is my final layout. All I need to do is add my journaling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to use the links in the description box below to check out everybody else's take on this sketch and or prompt. Have a great day. Bye.